Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 2, Crystal Souls. I hope that my voice doesn't sound too rough today. I got knocked out by a pretty bad head cold for a little while there. Had to take a week off of recording anything. But if I sound rough today, maybe we'll just blame it on the swamps. Anyway, I was told in the comments of the previous episode that I missed a little bit of something right here. This is the tower where we found the ice lizards, ice drakes. The baby ice puddings are still there, keeping things nice and chilly. You try to squish them, but there are too many. You give up. And that's all there is there. So, I will meet you all back in the horrible, horrible swamp. And we are back in the horrible swamp of horribleness. Let's get some poison cured up. Now, I had thought that this dungeon was hidden until we got the plot coupon from the Tower of Sixus. Turns out, I just missed it last time. You can totally walk in anytime, but it is easier to handle with the map that we have. Glowing letters on the wall. Halls of traps. Your hopes are futile. You try to walk down this passage, but lightning flashes across its entrance, forcing you back. The bolts fade away, and you hear a soft clicking noise coming from the levers to the south. Then all is quiet. And the same thing from the other two hallways leading off of this chamber. Nice chair. And books. Most of these books are either blank or on mundane topics. On the bright side, you do find a scroll. Well, okay then. And here at this end of the room, we find a bunch of levers. And this is where the rough map really comes in handy. It tells us not only where to find the trapped halls, but that the lever combination is right, right, left, right, right, left. Right, right, left, right, right, and left. And indeed, that does clear out the lightning. Without having a key, trying to do the levers by trial and error would take much longer. This large room is split into thirds by two wide chasms. Scattered about the room are several giants. They are strange creatures, though. Their flesh has a waxy, artificial cast to it. The monsters are, however, definitely hostile. Indeed. And let's put out a Ravage enemy. Even though they are artificial wax giants, they are basically cave giants in terms of game mechanics. Oh, Morwen ran out of AP. Oh, I must have my lightning bolts equipped. Lightning rods. I think I am just going to walk around and deal with the other giants this way. Garnet is making a right nuisance of herself, walking around on various stuff in my recording closet. Well, that was a bit more of a pain in the butt than I was hoping. And now what? That's what. Okay, right. Viscous goos. Not only do they split, they can poison when they hit you. Spore beasts, on the other hand, just take a few hits to take down. Oh. Looks like we've got some annoying little demons. And convenient doorways to each of the 3 sections of that chamber. So far, this doesn't feel like a hall of traps so much as a hall of annoyance. And there's a null bug. Interesting, I saw the null bugs resist being slowed and cursed. They don't resist getting hit by a big spear. Oh, speaking of which, I actually had to reload and replay some bits of game to get caught up here. But I found a steel halberd for Kazal. The Blessed Slith Spear. Not active PC. Oh, I'll have to come back to that. Go Scorn. Come here, why don't you? Your minor blessings are no match for my major beatings. But yes, anyway, Kazol and Spears. So the Blessed Slith Spear has base damage of 12, bonus of 2, plus a little defense. The Steel Halberd, base damage of 18 and a bonus of 3. That's a bit of an upgrade. I didn't want to have to go through more swamp. And more Nullbug, and more Hordling. Ah, Nullbugs have a poison bite? Huh. Die, you unpleasant little thing. Ah, I can't cast. I'm in an anti-magic field. Ah, crap. And I'm out of razor discs. This is probably overkill. Oh, of course, I can't target the bug. I'll just do a little turn on dead. Ooh, arrows. Those could be good. They're not. Where did you guys even spawn in from? Okay. They're good. There is a secret passage. And some other stuff. Suddenly, the two huge granite statues of lizardmen come to life. The hulking forms whirl towards you, looking down upon you contemptuously. Then one begins to speak. "Sss, humans, delicious humans." The other says, "Foods, I smells foods. Let us have your foods, or you cannot pass." These things are truly huge. You don't seem to have much of a choice. You hope you can trust them. As soon as you open your food bags, the statues go mad with hunger, leaping forward, ripping your food from your hands, and devouring it. Then they back away and re-solidify. You check your possessions. Oh dear. All your food has disappeared. Well, that could be a problem if we didn't have a priest character with a decent amount of spell points and the mana spell. For 10 spell points, we can get 5 food. Okay, it's giving me 5 food every time. Sometimes it gives more. Three food. The RNG does not love me today. Interesting. The walls of the passage to the west drip water and are crumbling slightly. The ground must be unstable in this area of the caves. Best step carefully, I guess. And we got some drakes. And apparently some hydras around here somewhere. That was a bit anticlimactic. Thank you for the food, though. Much appreciated. This looks like a kitchen area. This cauldron is filled with thick, savory beef stew, its rich smell filling the chamber. Eat some? Don't mind if I do, especially after you took all of my food. You dish up several bowls of hot, hearty stew. It is filling and refreshing, and you quickly eat your fills. It is only later that you realize the stuff had some non-standard ingredients. Ah, dang. You're supposed to have the edibles in the dessert, not the main course. This might not be going so well. That is a few enemy mages. I think perhaps I should reload here. In fact, I think I'm going to try an alternate path. Ew. Pay no attention to the slightly foolish decisions that happened earlier. Instead of using Shatter to knock down a bunch of walls, I will just do one. There we go. This way, we don't have to deal with the drakes. We do find the hydras. And an ice drake. This may not actually be an improvement. And we have a basilisk, because why not? Okay, got a trash pit. I wonder if this wall could be significant somehow. No? Maybe... Okay, I need to refresh spell points. Maybe if I apply a little force to the problem? There we go. Behold, I have discovered the all-important magical storeroom. The door next to you is large and well constructed. What is more, it has several rings of runes of magical protection. Interesting. Set that one aside for the moment. Ooh, library. These scrolls are covered with magical incantations in an obscure runic language. Fortunately, you managed to decipher them. They're descriptions of interesting rituals. You now know the spell Force Barrier. Alright then. A scroll mentions 3 Empire installations in the caves southwest of Darman. A tower filled with sinister mages doing weird experiments. The caves of Sulfras the Dragon. And, largest of the 3, the fortress Akranath. Maybe then Akranath isn't one of the demon forts I was thinking of? Or maybe in the course of several games, somebody just forgot a detail here and there, whether it's me or Jeff, the writer of the game. Whichever. You find a journal of the notes of the sinister archmage Garzad, powerful leader of the Empire forces invading Exile. It concludes that his defenses are incredible, but a mage living near Formalo, Solberg, may know how to deal with him. I believe we shall have to pay Solberg another visit soon. There is a tome on magical barriers here. It's pretty dry and theoretical, but makes one interesting comment. Some magical barriers may be resistant to the Dispel Barrier spell, but could be brought down by being near quickfire. If only we had a source of quickfire. And a way to control it. Okay, nothing interesting in these bedrooms. Not much interesting in those bedrooms either. So we shall see if the big fancy magically protected door can be magically unlocked. Simple enough. The room is very dark, but you're sure you see a figure huddled up in the shadows by the opposite wall. It bolts upright when it sees you. You start to reach for your weapons, when the figure says, in a thin, tired voice, "Who sent you here? Who told you to come?" You were sent by Mayor Bevan of Almeria. The figure nods quietly. Then he says, "I sense you speak truth. Dare not try to deceive me." His voice has a desperate, panicked quality. "And is your mission to kill me?" Well, we're really hoping not to. But the security of Exile does come first. The figure nods and stands. "Then I will endeavor to make such a step unnecessary." He steps forward, and you see an old man in mage's robes. He bows to you and says, "I am Sixus." You start to speak, but he motions you to be silent. "We cannot stay long. You have broken our defenses. The Empire may attack soon. I tell you this, though, so you can tell Mayor Bevan. I fled with my assistants because several Exile soldiers attacked me. When the Empire assaulted me at my tower to the south, I realized my earlier attackers were, most likely, charmed. I will return, but not yet. First, we need to hide more. It is not yet time for us to join the fight, but soon. Thank you for being brave enough to come here and see me." He points at the south wall. "You can find a reward hidden nearby." With that, he summons his assistants, 4 young mages, 2 male and 2 female, and they gather their things together. Then, with thanks from all of them, they cast a spell together and depart. It's time to return to Mayor Bevan. You have succeeded in your mission. Not only that, we got the good ending. Which includes some gloves. You re-enter the Spartan former living quarters of Sixus. He took everything with him but his simple bed. And that is an exit. So I showed off the good ending, but what if we answer Sixus incorrectly? Say, no dude, we don't want to kill you. In the darkness of this room, there is a flash of light. A torrent of burning paper swirls around the room. In the light, you saw a single figure sitting cross-legged on the other side of the room. You try to decide whether to attack or not, but the figure makes your decision moot. He says, in a thin voice, "You can beat Sixus, but you will not own him." And with a single smooth motion, he puts a dagger through his heart. Looking at the papers, you guess that it was the secret documents he stole that were destroyed. It would appear that you have completed your mission. Alas, it is hard to take too much satisfaction in it. Welp. And we cannot get the goodies this time. You re-enter the living and dying place of Sixus. His body is still here, surrounded by the ashes of the secret papers he brought here. It is a sorry scene indeed. Also, if you make your way through the area with the drakes and the poison stew and the mage apprentices, the mage apprentices will be hostile. If you attack or kill any of them, you go straight to the bad ending. Better to avoid that, don't you think? Anyway, I am going to make my way back out of the swamp and see everyone in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.